Archangel Michael says, "The thunders of eternity shook the vaults of heaven when your name was mentioned. I was not idly passing through the gate's eye. I was executing holy commands when the roar of the Almighty halted my stride, with a voice that pierced eternity. God said, Michael, interrupt your mission, descend, speak. My beloved stands at the threshold of the irreversible and does not perceive the gravity of the hour. And so I turned, I descended not as a whisper, but as a wind of divine urgency. I have stepped into your timeline, not with soft comfort, but with fire in my wings, with revelation in my voice. This word I bring is not a gentle suggestion, it is a divine alert. It is heaven's trumpet sounding through the veil. This is not inspiration, this is activation, this is not encouragement, this is instruction. This is not just about possibility, this is about inevitability. A divine window has been ignited, circled by fire, appointed by eternity, and you, beloved, are standing in its epicenter. Archangel Michael says, this is not a normal hour. This is not a fleeting feeling. This is a Kairos moment, heaven. It's time intersecting with man. It's time. What you do in the next breath, what you choose to believe in the next heartbeat, how you respond in this very hour will determine how the fire that is approaching will touch you. Will it refine you, or will it bypass you? Will it elevate, or will it expose? Heaven is holding its breath, not in fear, but in anticipation, watching how you move. Now this is a prophetic portal that has been carved out in time by the hands of God Himself. You are not standing on accident. You are standing in destiny. Everything you have endured, every tear, every silent prayer, every whispered hope has led to this divine convergence. Archangel Michael says, the veil is thinning. The unseen realm is vibrating with activity on your behalf. Angels have been dispatched. Scrolls are being unsealed. Your name has been brought up in councils of light and fire, not just whispered, but declared, not just noted, but highlighted. Decisions are being made concerning your purpose, your lineage, your finances, your legacy. You must understand the weight of this moment. You are being lifted, not just to be seen, but to see, to perceive, to discern the battle you faced in secret. Heaven witnessed it, the betrayal that made you question your discernment. Heaven confirmed it. What you felt in your gut and tried to silence with reason was not. Paranoia was prophecy in seed form, and now the harvest of that sensitivity is upon you, Archangel Michael says. Do not dismiss your holy unease. That pressure you feel is not chaos, it is birthing. That unrest is not confusion, it is alignment. That tension in your chest is not anxiety, is the tug of purpose pulling you out of comfort and into calling. What is coming is weighty. It will require surrender at levels you have never known. But it will release glory in measures you cannot yet comprehend. Do not measure this next moment by what your natural eyes can see. The clarity will not be visible at first. It will be felt. It will arrive as knowing, as divine instinct, as a sudden yes. Where there once was hesitation, Archangel Michael says, I was not sent alone. Around you now are watchers, warrior messengers stationed to surround your decisions. They are guardians of the prophecy tied to your life. They are not here to comfort your comfort. They are here to accelerate your transformation. The time of delay is over. You are no longer in a holding pattern. You are in activation. The next step you take will shake more than ground. It will shake timelines. It will shake stagnation from your spirit. The next door you walk through is not just an opportunity. It is a fulfillment of divine scheduling. The next act of obedience will not just answer prayer, it will unlock generational breakthrough, Archangel Michael says. This message is heaven's intervention. It is the reason you could not scroll past, the reason your heart leaped before your mind could catch up. Heaven is intervening now because you are failing, but because you are ready. Ready in ways you daren't even recognize. Ready in places you thought were still healing. And now I must speak with greater weight. The moment of divine transition is not a soft breeze. It is a mighty rushing wind. It will dislodge idols. It will rip away false ties. It will expose every attachment that cannot go where you. Being called Archangel Michael says, the revelation of identity must precede the elevation of purpose. That SY masks will fall, that SYUL hear truths that shock but confirm. God is cleansing your circle not to isolate you, but to insulate you for the storm of glory that is about to erupt. The loneliness you may feel is not punishment. It is preservation. It is heaven's way of making space for voices that carry your future, for connections anointed to carry oil and understanding. Not competition and confusion, Archangel Michael says. Stop questioning your discernment. You heard correctly. You saw rightly. The unease was not insecurity, it was divine insight. And as this huge event continues to draw closer, your perception will increase. Your spiritual ears will sharpen, your prophetic sight will pierce the fog. Even the earth is testifying to this moment. Patterns, numbers, names, dates, sudden discomfort in old spaces. A pull toward new atmospheres. God is not hiding the way anymore. The cloud of mystery is lifting, Archangel Michael says. You are about to rise into the moment you were created for, not crawl into it, not hope into it. Rise like one born for such a time as this. Your voice is about to carry weight in places that once silenced you. Your story is about to release healing to people you haven't even met. Your obedience is about to unlock breakthroughs. For those silently watching your life as a map for their own escape, Archangel Michael says, this is not just for you. This is for legacy. This is for the ones coming after you. This is for the ones who could never believe until they saw someone like you make it. This is for the ones that God has assigned to your shadow, to learn from your glow that's why the warfare has been relentless. 'Cause what you carry is historic it as, not lighted as, lineage. It is not just favor, it's fulfillment. And it cannot be aborted now. It is too far along. The contractions of destiny are too intense. The crowning has begun. You are stepping not into survival, but into supply, into overflow, into streams of provision that require no striving. Archangel Michael says, "Let those who are pulling away pull, let them fall off. Their exit is not your concern, their silence is not your indictment, their absence is not your curse, it is your clearance. God is making room, divine replacements are on the way, people who will pour into you without draining you. People who will understand without explanation, who will protect without possession, who will believe in the vision without needing validation." Archangel Michael says, "And now I stand still, holding the final seal, trembling not in weakness but in reverence. For what is within it is too weighty for unprepared hands. But you chosen one are being prepared even now. The trembling of heaven beneath my feet tells me the moment is almost here. I see timelines merging, I see veils tearing, I see contracts from hell being consumed by flame. I see scrolls unfolding. I hear the voice of the Lord not shouting but whispering in fire. Begin." And now as the heavens thunder in anticipation and angelic ranks hold their position around your destiny, I speak again not to your ears only, but to your very essence. There is more deeper still unfolding even now. The scroll I carry once sealed in flame, and mystery now unravels before your timeline, like a divine river released after centuries of drought. This is not merely a continuation, this is culmination. And it is not for the faint-hearted, Archangel Michael says. You have been entrusted, not just blessed. You have been chosen, not simply favored. This moment is not a gift without cost. It is a mantle. It is the answer to cries of generations past. You are not just standing in a new season. You are standing in a fulfilled prophecy. This is why the pressure was unbearable. This is why the warfare struck when it did. This is why everything in you tried to break, because the enemy sensed the divine timing that heaven had locked into motion. But what the enemy feared, God has now ignited, Archangel Michael says. The huge event is not singular, it is layered. It is movement after movement. Confirmation after confirmation, like a wave that dose and tea stop at the shore, but pulls you in higher, deeper, farther. This is not the end of something old. It is the eruption of something eternal. From now on, divine clarity will be your companion doors that once resisted, you will now respond. People who once overlooked you will be moved to favor you without understanding why. The Spirit of God is going before you, rewriting every narrative that was spoken without divine permission. You are not going back. You are going through. Through the veil, through the fire, through the gate of divine advancement, and the rhythm of heaven is now synced with the beat of your obedience. Archangel Michael says, dream again, not in survival, but in strategy. Vision again, not in delay, but in acceleration. What once was held back due to timing is now being poured out because the time has been declared fulfilled. You will receive instructions in the night, see names and places, receive insight into decisions before they unfold. This is the prophetic dimension awakening in you. It's not as a gift to be admired, but as a tool to be wielded. What was once fuzzy is now coming into focus. The fog is lifting. The road is rising to meet your feet, Archangel Michael says. Your influence will increase not because you've sought power, but because you said yes. You will rise in arenas where your voice breaks, chains where your story becomes a key, and your presence becomes a prophetic confirmation. And now I tell you this. You are the one chosen to break the cycle. You are the one appointed to alter the narrative. You are the one called to become the evidence that God fulfills His word. That is why the affliction was so precise. That is why the betrayal was so deep. That is why the isolation was so painful. But it was not abandonment. It was consecration. Heaven was not punishing you. Heaven was preparing you, Archangel Michael says. Do not mourn what fell away. Do not chase what chose to leave. Do not question what God revealed. The masks were removed by divine order. The silence was protection. The separation was sacred. You are not empty. You are not forgotten. You are not too late. You are being positioned in power. And now the final words from the scroll resound through the corridors of eternity. Archangel Michael says, the final seal has cracked. The heavens have spoken, and the verdict over your life is this. It is time for the release, time for the revelation, time for the reward. You are not being prepared anymore. You are being launched. What was written in fire cannot be undone. What was declared in eternity cannot be revoked. You are not walking into favor. You are walking into fulfillment. And this time, you will not flinch. You will rise. The prophecy is complete. The shift has begun. The sound of heaven's approval now echoes over your name. This is no longer a season. This is your sending. This is no longer about a message. This is a movement. This is no longer about what's coming. It is about what's here. Tao, rise. Now respond. Now move boldly, fully, and without apology. You were not overlooked. You were preserved. You were not forgotten. You were foretold. Now walk into the fire because it will not burn you. It will brand you with purpose, with power, with God's name. This is your confirmation. This is your moment. This is your mandate. And this is your legacy. If this message spoke to your spirit, do not let it end with you. Share it, speak it, let it echo. Like this message, if your heart burned with its truth, subscribe to receive more revelations and prophetic utterances. Share it with someone whose spirit is also being stirred. You were not brought here by accident. This was heaven's appointment. Your future is not approaching. It has arrived.